All right, welcome to today's class. If you are with me and you can hear me, please can you make use of the chat box and just help me confirm that you can hear me audibly? If you are with me and you can hear me, please help me confirm if you can hear me audibly. Can we hear me tonight? All right, thank you, Ekebi Daniel, for that. So we get started immediately. If at any point in time you can't hear me, please make use of the chat section to indicate that you can hear me. Is that gotten, please? All right, thank you very much, Ayomide. All right, so without further ado, we will jump into the business of today immediately. Thank you very much for coming much early. We are going to get started immediately. All right, now let's go to our slide. Of course, what we are here to talk about, why we are here, is to, in the large sense, in the broad sense, talk about how we can build a profitable digital presence. Okay, so we are going to be taking it a step at a time, and then we are going to be building a step upon the other like that. So for that reason, we are starting with how we can optimize and audit our social media platforms. All right. It might look like a very simple something, like something that we can actually just overlook and get into other things. However, as simple as it is, it can cost us clients, it can cost us very good clients that we would have been paying us continuously, and like that. That's the reason why we are here. We need clients, we want to get known, we want to turn our visibility into profit. Okay, so we don't want to leave any stone unturned. Understand that. Now, immediately you finish creating your account, you have an account on any social media platform, say Facebook, say Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, any platform whatsoever. The next thing for you to do is to optimize your platform, is to optimize your profile. And that is why that's the first thing that we are going to be looking into. Leaving no stone unturned, touching every simple thing, and then we'll be going ahead. Don't forget, we are on a journey to building a profitable digital presence. Thank you very much. Now, having in that very brief manner, look at why we are starting with platform or profile audit and optimization. Let's get into today's work very fast. I won't be wasting any time at all because we are not just here to talk, 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 and talk. The reason why we are here is to give ourselves certain key informations and actionable points so that we can now from there go into our social media platforms, go into the digital world and take steps. Okay, so that is more important than the stories that we'll be taking. However, we must give ourselves some nuggets, some tips so that we can work with that. That's the essence of this live section. Just add what I read, you understand that it relates so much with why we are here. There are people who want to build their digital presence and monetize it. So that is where I come in. That is what I love to do. I help you to see using my skill to help you strategize and navigate in the digital world. Okay, that's that about myself very fast. Now, this we have a mission and a vision for this that we are doing. I'm intentionally taking a very short introduction of the entire. However, if you stay with us, I promise you by the end of the program, you are going to be glad that you were part of us. All right. So the mission of this program entirely building a profitable digital skill is to empower individuals to define their goal, build a sustainable create profitable digital system through step-by-step guidance. Yeah, that's the system that we'll be adopting. Step-by-step guidance to the end that you will be empowered to define your goal, build visibility, and create profitable digital system. I don't want to read everything through so as not to bore you, but I believe you understand that. However, practical execution and community accountability will be very important if we are going to be achieving this goal together. Empowering you to define your goal, build visibility, and create profitable digital presence through step-by-step guidance and practical execution and community accountability. If that's our mission, then what's our vision? Our vision is to transform hidden talent and under-recognized voices into visible, influential, and profitable digital brands that thrive sustainably. Talents like yours, skills like yours that are not seen by the world, okay? We want to make sure that these skills, these voices, these talents are recognized and they become visible, influential, and even profitable in the digital world. Thank you for your time. Now let's move to the business of the day. I hope I have not bored also with the introduction that I did. I tried as much as possible to make it very fast so that you don't get bored. If you are still with me, let me see your your emoji in the comment section. If you are still with me, we are going to make it very, very fast, but we are going to go with assignment. Remember, community accountability, action taking. Those are the things that we are going to be using. All right. I just saw somebody send in that love emoji. Should I take that as I can move forward? Ekebidani, are you still with me? Ayomide, are you still with me? Before I proceed. All right, I move ahead regardless. Okay, so I haven't spoken about our mission and our vision, why we are doing this that we want to do, and how we are going to be doing it. All right, the next thing for us to do now is to go into, all right, thank you, Omole Ario. Thank you very much for staying there with me. The next thing for us to do now is to go into the business of the day. We have seen why we are doing this. We have seen how we are going to be achieving it. Step-by-step guidance. Now, the first step in guiding you to achieve a profitable digital presence is to talk about platform audits, right? How to profile yourself properly on different social medias, okay? And how that eventually affects your positioning. Very well. Thank you, Ekebi Daniel. Thank you very much. Now, let's go back to our slide again. All right, so let's talk about platform audits, okay? Now, I have written here, let me embolden this so that maybe somebody will be able to read. Um, though social media optimization might seem like a simple or minor task, it actually plays a crucial role in shaping how we are perceived in the digital space. All right. Though it is very simple and you can consider it a minor task. However, it plays a crucial role in shaping how you are perceived in the digital space. Remember, uh, the digital space is all about you positioning yourself in an intentional way, all right, so that whoever sees you in whatever space that you are, there is something that comes to their mind. And that thing that comes to their mind, you have to intentionally and strategically plant it in them. If you don't do it intentionally, somehow, one way or the other, they will have a personal opinion of you, right? And that opinion that they will be having, if it is not planted by you, it might not be what you actually want. Okay, so you want to be strategic and intentional about everything that you do, so much that at the end of the day, whatever they think of you is pointing towards the goal for which you are on that social media platform. Now, for that reason, there is no stone that you will be able to leave unturned. There is no stone that you should leave unturned, starting from optimizing your social media profile. Having said that, there are three key parts when you talk about your social media profile. When you talk about optimizing your social media platform, there are three key parts, okay? As you can see here, three key parts. So let's talk about them, and that's where we are going to be having our major discussion tonight. That's why we are here. Okay, so the first thing is your display picture and your cover image. Okay, so practically, I'll be making use of my LinkedIn profile as an example. This is a practical class, so can we see my profile, please? Can we see what I just displayed now? I'm thinking LinkedIn might not want to allow because of okay, you can see my LinkedIn profile. Please, can I have one more answer because it is not displaying as if it's showing here? Can you see my LinkedIn profile? Okay, I believe you can see it now. Okay, hold on. It's loading. It will come up now. I believe it's network. Just let me know immediately it comes up at your end. We still can see it. Zion Adeniji, please, can you see it now? Can you see it yet? Wow, it's actually displaying at my end here already. What do I do? What do I do? I want us to have a practical visualization of what it looks like. Let me find a solution to this. All right, so hold on a second. I'm trying to. Should I use? All right, can we see my screen again now? I've gone back to the slide. Can we see my screen again now? Over now. All right, so what do we have now? The LinkedIn should be up now. All things being equal. Okay. Let me hear from somebody, please. Ekebi Daniel, Omoli Ariyo, Zion Adeniji. Can we see what is on my screen now? Is anyone with me? I need to be sure before I move forward. I want to be sure you can see what I'm showing you. All right, thank you, Iron Favor. You can see now. All right, so I was trying to explain the three major parts of your profile when you want to edit. Okay, so the first part is your display picture and your cover image. Now, this is LinkedIn. This is LinkedIn interface, but let me go to my profile because that's where we have business today. All right, you can either come through here. Let's go through that part. All right. So this is what you call your display picture And what you have at the back here, at the rear, is your cover image. Okay. Is anyone actually with me? Okay. Uh, Now, for your display picture, your DP, what we call DP, this applies to every social media, WhatsApp, in fact, TikTok, LinkedIn, of course, as we can see. Talk about I've mentioned TikTok. Talk about Instagram, any social media platform at all. We always have our display picture. All right. So, as the name implies, it's a display picture. All right. DP. What you're supposed to have there as someone who is an expert in a field is dependent on two things. All right. If the profile is your personal profile, for instance, the name of this account is Oluwatobi Emmanuel. That's my personal account. Okay. That is why you can see my image here. So if that profile, if that account, you are using it for your personal use, for in your name, the account is created in your name, you are posting on that account as a person. All right. So you are going to make use of your personal image, and it's not going to be anyhow image. It has to be, people believe it should be a corporate image, this, and that. But if you are not able to go so far to put a lot of things in place, like having a corporate image there and all those things, just make sure that what you have is a portrait image, something that carries from, say, your stomach level above your head, like that. Like as you can see here, it's not a picture that was snapped in the zoo or in the beach or something like that. It's a proper image that shows that this person means business. All right. And then you want them to see your face well, so you have to make it a portrait picture that shows, say, from your chest above, or at least from your belly above. Don't make it a full picture. It's a portrait picture, bold, and people can easily see you when they look into the DP. The essence of your DP is so that they can recognize you. All right. So you don't want to post something that people have to click on it before they now see you. No. At a glance of your profile, at least, they should be able to see your face clearly. And the only way you can achieve that is by uploading a portrait image. All right. Now, that's the first thing. Now, the second thing, as we have in our slide, is your cover image. All right. This is what you have behind this display picture. That's your cover image. The image behind your DP, that's your cover image. Okay. Now, this place, you don't have to put a whole lot of stories into it. However, you must make sure that you communicate what you do as simple as you can do it. Right. You have a lot of space in your profile to still write a whole lot of things. So you don't want to bombard this place with too much. Sure that if I come and I see your cover, communicate reasonably to me what you do, right? So here is a design. The design starts from here and ends here. All right. Now I did this for my communication. Here is my logo. Then I wrote crafting brands, driving growth, inspiring impacts. Those are the things I do in short, in short, in short. All right. If I'm going to write about crafting brand, it can be a very long write-up. If I'm going to write about driving growth, long write-up. If I want to write about inspiring impact, it can be another long write-up. So you want to make sure you communicate the things that you do in a very short way. However, don't leave people confused. Okay, being short. So that's that about your display picture and your cover image. Your cover image should be simple. However, communicate the things that you do. If you want, you can put something like a contact us or a action in that place. However, on a norms on every social media platform, you are going to have a lot of places where you can insert your call to actions. So it is not here, because at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is people are very lazy. If you write your phone number here or any contact means, people are usually very lazy to now carry their phone typing what you wrote here. Okay. Oftentimes people just want to click a link and then they land on your DM or wherever you want them to communicate with you. So at the best, you can just leave it like this. And if you want, you can still go ahead. However, even if you have your contact information here, still make sure that you make use of your bio. All right. Now, that being said, that's about the display picture and the cover image. These things that we are saying, they sound very simple and elementary. However, they are the things that set you up for the bigger things that you want to do. You can do a lot of adverts, do a lot of things. If these things are not in place, people will land on your profile and they will get turned off, and boom, you are losing customers, and you will just be wondering, is marketing not working? Is this not doing? What's going on? It's just because you have not paid attention to the very simple things. And that is why we are starting from here. I can start talking about the big things that you want to hear, the big deals. However, if we do not pay attention to these things and deal with them, we will be missing out. Now, let's move on. That's that about display picture and cover image. Now, the next thing, again, in the three key parts of our profile is your bio and your information. Now, uh, I should say this display picture and cover image applies to most of the social media platform. I think it's only Instagram that does not have a cover image, but they have a display picture. You have display picture in everywhere, but some, I think only Instagram. I don't know of any other place that does not use cover image, only Instagram. All right. Now, that being said, let's move to your bio and information. You have you have a very good display picture already. You have a very good cover image already. Now you have to write what you do in a simple form, a little bit broader than what you have here, a little bit more expanded than what you have here. So this is my bio here. I help business build strong brands. Look at what I have here, crafting brand. Then I expanded a little bit. I help business build strong brand and execute result-driven marketing strategies for growth. Look at what I have here, driving growth. Okay, then I have CEO, Sniper Limited, let's elevate your brand. Okay, so this and this that I have written here in simple words is what I eventually expatiated in my bio. Okay, so if you have what you do well laid out, if you have what you do and you understand what you do by yourself, you should be able to communicate it in very simple words. And if you need to expatiate it again, you should be able to talk about it elaborately. That is what is happening here. Your cover image simply needs short form of what you do. That's why we have it like this. Now, when it comes to your bio, you might have to expand a little bit. That is why we have this here. And if you compare and contrast, again, you see that what we have here is an expatiated version of what we have here. That's about your bio. Now, your information is the next thing. I combined bio and information together. The information that is requested on social media platform are usually different. What this request for is different from what that request for. For Instagram, now I'm talking about the things that you write, like your city, your age, stuff like that. For instance, on Facebook, maybe most of us will be familiar with Facebook. There's a space for you to input those things. Now, some of those things are left to what you want to leave discreet and what you want open. Okay, but there are some certain things that you might want to really pay attention to. First of all, your contact information. All right. That one, if you are here for business, then there must be a way through which we contact you. Okay. So let there be a contact information there. Then your location, depending if what you do has to do with walking into your office, you might want to put your location so that people can easily know that okay, this person is around me. All right. If you are working remote, instead of writing town, like say Oyo, you can write like Ondo State. Just use your discretion depending on what you do. However, what is very important to me that I consider most important when it comes to your information is your contact information. That must be there. If you have a website, input it. If you have phone number, input it. And I always recommend making use of a website because when you get to your website, when they get there, you know your cover image has very short words. Your bio is a little bit expanded. When it comes to your website, yeah, that's where we do the 250. You write extensively what you do, communicate it properly. Okay, so if you have this here, you have your bio here, now you want people to really know what you do and have a broad understanding, then they can go to your website. All right, so you can want to have your website here. If not, at the minimum, your WhatsApp link to be connected to your profile. All right. Is anybody getting anything tonight? Am I talking to anybody tonight? All right, thank you. So let's move to the next thing, and that is your content. All right. Now, if you have successfully um, created a very good and nice cover image for yourself, you have it posted, you have successfully created a very good display picture for yourself, you have it uploaded, and then you have your bio well constructed, and you have it pasted on your account, and then you have also inputted a contacting means on your account. Okay, now the next thing at that point, out of 100%, depending on the platform you are using, you have gone what we call bio and information on LinkedIn is quite very large. But I'm talking about the things that you must do of a must. Now, if you have done these things, your cover image, your display picture, your bill, and your contact informations, you have been able to do about 40 to 50% of what should and must be on your profile, on your social media. You have done about 40% to 50% of your optimization. Yeah, that's it. Now, after you have done that, then you can now start posting. Whatever is it that you want to post is now relevant, all right? So we will now start talking about content generation. We'll start talking about content scheduling. We'll start talking about however, we must first deal with the platform where we want to post the content. How should the platform look? What are the things that we must do to make the platform ready for our content? What are the things that we must do to make sure that while we are posting our content, it doesn't look like a waste of time? That's why we have spoken about these things tonight. Now, the assignment I want us to go on with is to, depending on the feed that you are, go to the social media platform you are using, either Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever it is. Go to that social media platform, search for an expert. You can make use of ChatGPT or any means. Just make sure you search for an expert in what you do. If you're a graphics designer, try to look for people who are experts in graphics designing. If you are a website designer, try to look for people who are experts in website designing. All right, look at their profile. If you see a profile that is not good, you will know by yourself. So you might want to look at 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at anyone that you know that is very good, and don't copy directly. Try to adopt or get ideas from what the person has done to create your own profile. Talking in terms of your cover image, I've already said it. It should be very simple. However, communicate what you do properly. So your cover image, your DP, you don't even need anything. You don't need anybody's profile for that. Just a portrait picture, something that people can use to identify you, even without clicking to bold. Immediately they get your profile picture, your profile, they should be able to say, okay, this is this person from your profile. So use a portrait image. Then the next thing is your cover photo. This is a cover photo here. What you have here, the image you have here. You want to look at how that person did his or her own, and then you adopt it also. Look at how the person has written his bill, all right, and also come up with your own. You don't have to go and copy and paste, okay? Just get idea from there and let whatever you are doing um suit your kind of person. There are people who write theirs in a comical way. There are people who write theirs in a professional way, depending on what you want and how you want people to perceive you. Right? But at least looking at what people has done will give you an idea. That's why I'm saying you should do this. So set up your profile, your cover image, your bill, and make sure you connect a contact means, either your WhatsApp. If you have a website, you can connect your website. And if you don't have a website, you want to build one, you can reach out to me. So 4 things that you need to do now: your cover image, your display picture, your bio, and then your contact information must be on your profile. If you have done this, then you are ready for the next step. All right. So please do this before the next class, because this is the very first step towards many other things that we are going to be doing towards the goal of building a profitable digital presence. All right, so that is going to be all tonight about how to optimize our social media platform, how to optimize our account. Okay, so thank you very much for coming around. We drop the link to this video in our WhatsApp groups so that we can always come back to watch it. The video is being recorded. You can come back to follow on it and then listen again, refresh your memory. If there's anything that you want to listen again to understand, you will find it there. I'll send the link to the WhatsApp group. And if you have any question, you have my DM. Come in, ask questions, and let us grow together. Once again, I'm Oluwatobiloba Emmanuel. Thank you for coming around tonight. See you some other time. Bye for now.